Okay, so this is part 2 of some of the things that I was telling the narc that I wasn't going to tolerate with him coming back into my life this last time around 4 weeks ago. Because it is 4 weeks ago now. So, I also told him he needed to get himself established here in Georgia because that's where I live. Your name is on the lease here. I'm living here. You keep running back and forth here. Get yourself established here so that way you don't have to keep doing all the running around that you're doing to keep traveling up and down the road like this because it's ridiculous now. So he started making efforts to do that, but then it was one thing that stopped him, that he was like, well, I'll set everything else up, but I'll keep my government stuff still attached to Florida or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, but you need to be like totally invested, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point I'm getting a lot of yeses to all of these things that I'm asking him. And so I'm like, let me see how far I can go with him, you know what I'm saying? Just like they test us, I'm testing him back. So because this is the last time. So I'm making it clear to him, like, if you ain't willing to give me these things, sir, I don't want nothing to do with this relationship. It's to why I got so mad and pissed off with him 4 Saturdays ago. 4 Saturdays ago, because it was like, it's 4 weeks ago. So, yeah, that's why I got so pissed with him, because I'm just like, you sitting here talking about you told me this already. I'm like, ain't no way in the world I would have allowed you to come back home if you was still looking for another place for you to stay versus it just didn't make no sense, y'all. I wasn't going for it because I knew I didn't agree to that. There's no way I agreed to that. So, yeah, I told him he needed to get himself established here so that way he can be, fully invested in everything or whatever. And so he was like, okay, not a problem. So, like I said, he did make some attempts to do different things, whatever. He was trying to look for work around the area. He even joined my church. And that was another thing that he had never did since we had been in the relationship or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He would talk about going to church and this, that, and the third. But when come Sunday, I ain't going. So this time, he actually did so. You know what I'm saying? It just everything that he tricked me to thinking, all of the future faking things that he used to say to me, I'm putting them down. Now you need to do those things because you keep saying you're going to do them. I need you to do them now. So that's where all of this really came into play. Okay, so told him he needed to get established. The next thing is I need good mornings every day to your household. Why I say that? Because every day that this man and I were not together, he was just gaslighting and hoovering me. He would call or text and say good morning, or call me beautiful, give me compliments, whatever he needed to do to get me, he did that. But once he got me, it all stopped. So now I'm looking for those good mornings and that hey beautiful and hey sexy and all of these good compliments that he's giving me before he came back home. Now you're here. I guess I'm ugly now, and I guess I don't deserve a good morning. So I'm like, you need to get up. Even if you're having a bad day. If you're having a bad day, that's cool. Everybody have them. If you just can't lift your tongue to say good morning to everybody in the household, don't get up yelling. Don't get up acting salty and funny towards everybody because everybody don't know you had a bad morning. Everybody don't know you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So don't get up treating the household like crap, and then when you walk outside or your telephone rings, it's good morning to everybody. It's just not to your household. So I'm telling him he needs to give good mornings to the whole house and to me, because as the relationship goes further in, he'll start telling everybody else in the house good morning, but he'll forget about me, who just woke up with you this morning. Okay? So I told him he needed to start giving me good mornings and stuff to the family and to the household in the morning time, instead of all of that yelling and funny acting and stuff. Then it was kisses, hugs, and affection from him every day. Why I have to say this to him? Because what I started thinking was that, okay, maybe I'm the first real relationship that this man has ever been in that's loving. Maybe he's dealt with, because some of the women he talks about, because I still don't know he's a narcissist at this time, the women from his past, he just made them seem like they all treated him so bad. So here I am, like, maybe he don't have that much experience in a loving relationship, and he really don't know how to operate in his soft side in a relationship and stuff like that. Whatever we need to tell ourselves to make it okay or whatever, we do that. But that's just what I really sincerely thought in my heart, is that this man don't really know how to be in a committed, loving relationship, healthy relationship with somebody. Because I'm giving him healthy love, and the more I give him healthy love, the more he fight back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that, but I do want it. Give it here. But now I don't want it now. But now, okay, I need a little bit more of it. That's how it was for me. That's my best way that I can explain it. And so, yes, I had to literally, if I didn't kiss him, I didn't get a kiss. He would be like, I don't like kissing. But in the hoovering and gaslighting stages, I ain't got to worry about asking for kisses and hugs, because you doing that. Because I like that. But then once he done hooked me back in, it stops. Deadline. Just drops. So I had to tell him, you need to start being more affectionate. Don't wait for me to be affectionate. If you feel like holding my hand, grab my hand. If you feel like giving a kiss, give a kiss. So I'll pull back and stop giving him hugs and kisses. And now he's standing in my face saying, so I don't get hugs and kisses today? And I respond back to him the same way he respond back to me. Didn't you get a hug and a kiss yesterday? And I did it with a smile, just like he did. He was like, oh, okay. That's how we doing? Okay. All right. So I'm just like, give me something so that way I can give something back to you. I said, you just keep taking from me, but you ain't putting back. So I need you to give me affection, hugs, and kisses. I like that type of stuff. So after that, I had to tell him, show affection around your family and always introduce me, acknowledge me as your woman to other women. I say that because every time there's a man around, he has no problem saying, hey, this my fiance. Or, hey, this my girlfriend. Hey, this my girl. Hey, this my old lady. ... When it comes to a man, he ain't got no problem with introducing me. But let a woman be there. Oh, it's almost his body language is like, oh, she ain't with me. I'm single. I'm good. I'm free. Who, her? Oh, I don't know who that is, but no, I'm good. I'm free. If you want to talk, give me your number. We can exchange numbers. Like, that's what his body language was to me. It was like, you are not my old lady right now. These are not words that he's saying, but this is what I'm sensing. And so here I am trying to make myself, what you call it? Make myself noticeable. So it's like, hey, how you doing? I'm his old lady, ... And now he's smacking his teeth and looking side-eye at me because I said something. Hold on, sir. We not finna stand here and pretend like I'm nobody to you. We just not finna do that. You did that first time at that cookout. We ain't finna let that happen again. Nope. I'll be jumping in there like it ain't. Hey, girl, how you doing? Yeah, I'm his old lady, which is petty, and I shouldn't have to do things like that. I should have caught it. I didn't. I'm going to take accountability for it. I was blind at the time. I don't know who I'm dealing with, So, yes, I had to tell him to show me affection around his family, because when we're around his family, he doesn't really, be affectionate. We've kissed on his family property before. We've hugged on his family property before. But when we're in the house with his family, he's not really affectionate. As a matter of fact, sometimes he'll sit way across the house in a whole separate chair while I sit over there by myself. Unless there's a lot of people there and there's no other choice for him to sit but right beside me. So he would do things like that. But I'm just like, it's like you'll show me affection at home and anywhere else, but when we get around your family, you don't really show me affection or nothing. You don't kiss me, you don't slap me on the butt, you don't do nothing. Like, are you embarrassed to, be affectionate to me around your family and stuff? And he was like, nah, I ain't got no problem. He was like, it's just you be in the house and I be outside, this, that, and the third. So told him that. So I told him no flirting with women around or behind my back. Be respectful in my face and behind my back. He said, not a problem. He was like, but you still can't control what I look at. I'm going to look at a woman. If I see a woman, I'm going to just pipe down on how long I look or whatever. I say, that's all I'm asking for you. So he's agreeing to all of these things that I'm saying, just like in part 1. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then the next thing is say sorry when you're wrong. He could be wrong his 2 left feet. He's not about to apologize. He's not about to say sorry. He ain't finna say my bad. He ain't saying nothing. What he will say to me is you should have been listening and you should have been paying attention. It's your fault because you didn't listen and you didn't pay attention. That's all he ever say. He never says I'm sorry. Communicate when there's a problem or things need to be discussed between us. In the beginning stages, when he's hoovering and gaslighting me, he's willing to communicate and talk about any and everything at that point. But once we get the relationship back on, ain't no more talking. I find out everything through a phone conversation that he's having with somebody else on the phone. I find out everything that way. I mean, he does not sit and talk to me about nothing no more. Everything is all phone conversation. I'm sitting in the same area as him and I hear the phone conversation, and that's how I find out things. So I told him, talk to me about things. He said, okay, I can do that too. I said, no cheating from either of us, even though I wasn't cheating on him, but just so he don't feel like I'm pointing all the fingers at him, I threw myself in there too, because there's no exception with me. So I'm like, neither one of us should be out here cheating. If we need to cheat, leave each other alone. He said, okay, I agree to that. I said, okay. So then I told you guys about him starting to come to church, and that was the last thing I had said to him is, you need to start coming to church. You said you wanted to go to church with me. Start coming to church with me and just see if you like it. I ain't forcing you to be there. I'm just saying, you keep saying you coming to church, so actually do it for once. Same thing with my son's games. He always on the other end cheering for him and all this here stuff, but had never ever made a game. And so this time around, he did all of these things that I set boundaries to, but it was all fake, like I said in the beginning. He faked me out. He was trying to get me so that way I would be devastated when he left this time. It didn't work. I had already built up the tolerance for everything, and so it was nothing. I was ready before he was ready, and I just tried to wait him out to see how long it would take him. So yeah, that's part 2 of the boundaries that I had set for the narc with him prior to him coming back into the relationship this last time. It's a done deal now. Even though he successfully did and respected the boundaries and everything, still some things slipped around or whatever, but I meant what I said. You ain't got but one time to mess up, sir, and it's a wrap. And so he did. And it was a wrap then, and it's still a wrap now. Ain't no turning back. We ain't turning back. 2024, we ain't looking back and going back through closed doors. Y'all have a good day.